Hello, this is a video I'm making about sharpening my lawnmower's blade. I have tried to explore some options when my lawnmower's blade went blunt. I bought this lawnmower last year brand new, because of my inexperience and because it's the first time I had a lawnmower, I ran it over some rough and hard objects, which ended up making my lawnmower very blunt. In fact, it got damaged so badly that this year when I cut my grass in early summer, the grass wasn't very happy and my lawn got damaged. So I did some research, obviously, because I didn't have any clue, and my upbringing is definitely not in a country where you have a lot of lawns to maintain. So I ended up doing a lot of things that I would not have done if I was aware of these things. Anyways, better late than never. So one of the options for me was to see if I can buy a brand new blade. This lawnmower I have is a 43-inch blade, which is quite expensive if you buy it off Amazon. Which excuse me, because I'm actually filming this outside. There is lots of wind today, so it might be a bit drafty. So back to the blades. If I buy it off eBay or Amazon, it might cost me 40 quid to replace. And to me, it sounded like if there's any options to do. So I did a bit of research on internet, YouTube and stuff, and I saw that people have blade sharpeners, but those tools also are expensive, and I didn't know how to actually find a tool other than buying it brand new, which is going to be more expensive than the blade itself. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to do an experiment with this little tool I found. It's in a cheap option. It's called a this is the little pamphlet that came with it. I don't know if you can see. It's called multi-sharp sharpening tool. So what they're asking me to do first, I don't know if you can see, is to make sure that the blades are parallel to ground, and they asked me to put the lawnmower itself without taking the blade out on a table height, so that I can work on it. And then they're asking me to put some oil in the second option here between a washer, like a washer. If you can see here, there's this little washer there, and you should put the oil first. Make sure there's no visible gap, and then put the bit in a drill and tighten it. And they recommend you use a cabled tool drill, because apparently the battery operated ones, the power is not enough for the grinding to work. So what they're asking me is that we carefully use it on the blades, as you can see on the third option, to sharpen it. And then on the other side of the pamphlet it says how to, because I don't know if you can see here, what they're saying, that between here and here the angle is such that you would actually fit the angle of the blade itself, and it would grind it and sharpen it properly. This is a theory. I have not tested this. This is a vanilla bit, and so I'm gonna actually record it live while I'm doing this, and you will see if I succeed or fail. It may not be attributed to the tool itself, because I am a first-time operator. This is the first time I've done this. Before we start, obviously we have to make sure that we have enough safety equipment. I have this plastic builder's goggles, which is important. You don't want sharp metal objects going into your eyes. Then you would ideally cover your hands with some sort of gloves, so that the same doesn't happen to your hands, because small shrapnels can go inside your under your skin and can actually cause more damage. So without further ado, I'm going to set it up, pause the video and set it up properly, so that I can start grinding and see if we have any success. Okay, we're back again, and I hope you can now see the blades clearly, and you can see how much damage it has been. I can't zoom in any further, but if possible, I'll take a. I think I'll try to zoom it in when I'm editing it. Recheck tightness of the grind. What is saying that where the angle of the cutting edge of the blade is steeper than normal, tilt the sharpening backwards slightly to line up the grinding wheel with angle of cutting blade. What they're saying to me is that generally, ideally, this should this angle between them should fall in quite nicely. So I'm just trying to see if that is the truth. Right, so experiment begins. So this is the utility, and I'm going to see if this works. This is definitely very noisy, and it actually, I think the blade has damaged so far beyond. It's really because it's lost a lot of metal from it. So I'm not quite sure if this is a good idea to actually even try sharpening it. If I have to sharpen it, what will happen is it will lose a lot of. I'll have to do it that way, and I don't know if that's a good idea to do, because the other thing that they ask you to make sure that the weight on both sides are equal, balanced, so that when it's spinning, it doesn't cause any kind of gyro effect on the motor inside. It's an expensive mower. I think when I bought it, it was like 200 pounds, and I would like to keep it using rather than more. To fix a blade, I'm damaging the whole lawnmower. So I'll see if this. I'll give it another go and see if this helps. It definitely gets sharpened, but the problem I can see that even if I sharpen it, because it's damaged so much, it will never have a straight line sharp edge. So I think I'm kind of stuck with this blade, as in this tool has been really good, but I don't think it'll be actually any help to me, because of because of how much damage it has gone through. So, anyways, if anybody has a blunt blade that needs a bit of sharpening, because apparently this tool can be used not only for lawnmower blade but also for a lot of other things. For example, if you have a edger or any other sharp tool that you use in your garden, you could use this tool to sharpen it. So I'm going to keep this tool and see if I can actually use this for other purposes. But this experiment seems to have failed, not because the tool is bad or I am not able to do it. It's just the fact that the blade itself is damaged in such a way that it's definitely not feasible to actually bring it back to service. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and order this from Amazon or wherever I can, cheap enough and authentic enough, of course, because I don't want a remark or any blade made other than Bosch themselves. So this is a Bosch. I think it's called what is it called? Rotac 430 ErgoFlex. I don't think you will get it anywhere else because I bought it from B&Q, and I think it's a special B&Q make they did last year. So anyways, it's a 43-inch blade, inches centimeter, I think centimeter, 46 centimeter diameter, and I just need to get a replacement and tighten. Once this arrives, I'll have to try it again, and this time make sure that I be careful with where I run it through. Lack of experience can cause you so much problem, and this is a very good example. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and make sure to be very safe while you are operating this sort of equipment, and health is more important. So by showing you this, I have not caused you any kind of I'm not encouraging you to be unsafe at all. And although it's a DIY, still should be careful. Anyways, thanks for watching, and hope to talk to you next time. So yeah, stay tuned.